Little Debbie's Cosmic Brownies, Oreos, Cheetos, and Hostess Ding Dongs. For many of us, these foods, or similar ones, are a nostalgic part of our childhoods and foods that we still often enjoy today. These sugary, delicious snacks line the shelves of our grocery stores, gas stations, and even vending machines at works and schools. They become a staple of the American diet, and why wouldn't they be? They're delicious, affordable, and incredibly convenient. They keep us coming back for more. Have you ever opened a box of Cosmic Brownies intending to eat just one, only to realize before you know it, the entire box is gone, and it's time to go buy another? What if I told you this is exactly what the processed food industry wants? They've designed these foods to keep us addicted, overweight, and unhealthy. We're often told to eat everything in moderation. But what does it actually look like when the foods we're trying to moderate are engineered to make us crave more? The truth is, moderation becomes almost impossible when you're dealing with ultra-processed foods filled with sugar and additives designed to override your self-control. To understand why ultra-processed foods are so harmful, we first need to define what they are. Technically, any food that has been changed from its natural state is considered processed. For example, slicing a Honeycrisp apple or cooking vegetables in butter and seasoning counts as processing. However, ultra-processed foods go far beyond this. They're industrially formulated, filled with additives, preservatives, artificial flavors, and ingredients you would not typically find in a home kitchen. So what makes ultra-processed foods so harmful? Ultra-processed foods are typically high in saturated fats, refined carbohydrates, salt, and added sugars. These ingredients, along with chemical additives, can wreak havoc on our bodies and minds. Let's focus on sugar, for example. Sugar is added to nearly everything we eat. The average American consumes over 17 teaspoons of sugar a day. That is 71.4 grams daily, more than 3 times the recommended limit. While individuals bear some responsibilities for making healthy choices, the blame also lies with how terribly these foods are marketed by the food industry. For example, a single cup of Danone's low-fat vanilla yogurt contains 34 grams of sugar. Vitamin water, which is marketed as healthy, contains 17 grams of sugar per serving. Even foods we consider health conscious are packed with sugar due to deceptive marketing. Why is sugar so bad? For one, it's addictive. Eating sugar releases opioids and dopamine in the brain, creating a pleasurable high. Over time, as you repeat this behavior, your brain adjusts by releasing less dopamine, requiring more sugar to achieve the same effect. This is a classic hallmark of substance misuse and addiction. Think about that for a moment. The food we eat daily is designed to mimic the effects of addictive substances. The physical health. Beyond its addictive qualities, excessive sugar has severe consequences for our physical health. Consuming too much sugar can lead to weight gain, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and liver disease. These are health issues plaguing millions of Americans today. Alarmingly, sugar is also affecting our children. Approximately 1 in 5 adolescents and children in the U.S. are obese. That's 14.7 million kids. This sets our children up for a lifetime of health challenges, all because of the excessive amounts of sugar in their diets. The harm doesn't just stop at our physical health. Ultra-processed foods and added sugars are also affecting the mental health. These foods are low in essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acids, which are crucial for brain health and mood regulation. Excessive sugar intake causes blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to irritability, fatigue, and anxiety. Additionally, ultra-processed foods contribute to the inflammation in the body and disrupt the gut microbiome, which is essential for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin that regulate the mood. Research has linked diets high in processed foods to an increased risk of depression and anxiety. The mental health effects of these foods are just as concerning as their physical toll. So how did we get here? Our food was not always this bad. For example, if you look at the ingredients list on Ritz crackers from 1974, you'll see basic, simple ingredients that we can all pretty much understand. However, if you look at the ingredient list from 2024, you'll see soybean oil, palm oil, high fructose corn syrup, soy lectin, and natural flavors. These added ingredients are linked to obesity, heart disease, and other health issues. This pattern is consistent across many other foods. More addictive, more sugar, and less nutritional values. So if you look here, you'll see that yogurt back then just had fresh milk and lactic ferments, which is just to solidify it. And here you'll see all of these additives that I don't even really know how to pronounce. You'll see similar in our bread: flour, water, salt, yeast. That's how bread should be. And here you'll see a long list of ingredients that we probably just don't need in our diets. And similar to peanut butter. Peanut butter used to just be roasted peanuts and salt. And now you have sugar, fully hydrogenated vegetable oil, and many other ingredients that we just don't need in our food today. These changes did not happen overnight. Over the past several decades, the processed food industry has spent billions of dollars researching ways to make their products as irresistible as possible. This includes perfecting the balance of sugar, salt, and fat, the so-called bliss point, to ensure that we crave more and more. Combined with aggressive marketing, these foods have embedded themselves into our daily lives, often replacing healthier, whole food options. So what can we do about this? The challenge is daunting. Grocery store shelves are lined with ultra-processed foods, and fast food restaurants are in every single corner. These options are cheap, convenient, and heavily marketed. So what is the solution? The answer is simple, but not easy. Eat more whole foods. Whole foods are minimally processed and closer to their natural state, like fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Breaking the habit of relying on ultra-processed foods can be difficult, but small, gradual changes can make a big difference. I'm not suggesting you run to your pantries and throw everything out and start all over at ground zero. Instead, focus on just adding more whole foods to your diet. Start small, incorporating fresh produce into a meal here and a meal there, or choosing a snack with few ingredients and no added sugars. Over time, these small changes will naturally reduce your intake of processed foods. By making these changes, you can improve your physical health, your mental well-being, and set a positive example for your family. If enough of us prioritize healthier choices, we may even influence the food industry to create better options. Change starts with awareness, and now is the time to take control of what we put into our bodies. Let's work together to push back against the harmful effects of ultra-processed foods and added sugars, one meal at a time. Thank you.